So Angus, tell us what Northern Goose Productions is all about.
So, Northern Goose Productions is a creative agency, and we produce video and photo content at the moment for basically brands all over the world. And we specialise in producing content for their social media channels, really. And one of our main kind of areas we work in is lifestyle brands, really. So that's like hotels, tourism boards, that kind of thing, really.
You're fairly young. How did you get into filmmaking, and how did you make such a what I would perceive to be a success out of it so soon out of university?
So I've kind of always had a little interest in filmmaking. I didn't really know if I was actually going to go and pursue it though. I took a year out after I finished at SEBA, and basically took a GoPro around the world, and shot little bits of video of me skydiving, bungee jumping, all that kind of stuff. And from that, made a little montage of New Zealand, Australia, sent these videos onto YouTube just for my family and friends to view, really. And from that, a tourism agency in New Zealand picked it up, 100% pure New Zealand, and they were like, "Oh, we really love your stuff. We'd love to use your content on our social media channels, and we'll pay you for it as well." And I was like, "Oh, this is pretty awesome! Wow!" So basically, that's kind of how I kind of got started into it, and I went to uni after that. I did sports science there. Bit different from what I do now, but I've always had a really keen interest in that. And in my spare time, I worked with a production company on the side, getting some experience, that kind of thing, and that kind of led me on to where I am now, really.
So, what kind of ideas do you have for the future for Northern Goose Productions? Because obviously, it's really, although it's coming along at a very fast rate, it's still in its infancy. So, what kind of ideas do you have in the future to sort of grow it?
In the future, I really want to get more into maybe documentary style stuff. I'm really interested in the outdoors and wildlife, kind of the David Attenborough-esque kind of feel, which is why I also go to South Africa quite a lot to capture that kind of content. So that's potentially somewhere where I might go. I've just brought on a new guy as well to kind of help me out with the social media aspect. So that's kind of managing other brands' businesses and their kind of accounts, to help kind of grow their following, engage with their audience, and also use the content we make to kind of promote it as best as possible, because a lot of businesses don't understand how to do that. So those are kind of the two things I'm looking at the moment, is kind of the social media management, along with potentially doing documentary style stuff.
So you're a filmmaker, like first and foremost. Now you might have done sports science at uni, but now this is your job now. So what kind of things do you enjoy shooting? Like, what kind of experiences have you had that you've enjoyed most during your time as head of Northern Goose Productions?
There's quite a lot that, to be fair, there's quite a lot that I've done that I'm just amazed about how I've actually managed to even get the job at the same time. From kind of shooting in Morocco to shooting hotels in Italy, shooting clothing brands in Portugal, all this kind of stuff is just amazing. Like, in my head, like, I just can't believe it still, to be fair. So it's kind of just the whole travel aspect, the fact that I'm able to go around the world and travel, get paid for it, make a living from it, and I absolutely love it. I mean, those are kind of the key things for me, and being able to be a part of the process from the beginning to the end is so, I just love that kind of feeling of being able to present an idea to a client or so, and then deliver it to the client and see their face, or see it kind of flourish on social media or whatever, to kind of have that product there. It's just awesome.
Is the reason you kind of feel that way because you've helped them by yourself as your own company, not necessarily coming out of uni and joining a production company? Do you feel like you have a certain ownership that makes Northern Goose Productions unique in that kind of aspect?
Yeah, I think it's really important to have your own style, and I felt that just joining another production company, they have their own style in a way, and I would just be a cog in that wheel, and so I wouldn't quite feel as though it's kind of my work in a way, a little bit, but not really as much so as it's my style. I know from producing this content from start to finish, and the fact that clients are happy with that, and that then had referrals to other clients asking, oh, I really like that video you've done for that client, can we have a similar thing? It's just awesome to know that it's working in a way. And obviously filmmaking and editing, all this kind of stuff, is subjective, and kind of, yeah, some people might not like it, some people might. So the fact that, yeah, I'm getting kind of clients coming to me now asking for my style in particular, is just awesome. So that's really what kind of makes it like really amazing for me.
So what comes next for you? Like, what's the next big project for you?
So in October we're going to Sri Lanka for about 11 days to shoot for a travel agency, and that's huge. I've always wanted to go to Sri Lanka. I've never been before, so it's going to be fantastic just travelling around there with a tour agency, really. So that's the next big project. We've just got back from Ibiza and Mykonos as well, shooting for an airline, which was pretty awesome. We got to fly in a private jet, which was a bit surreal. Yeah, not too bad. So that's the next big one. Abroad anyway, we've got lots of projects locally. And then after that, it's really focusing on South Africa again and kind of building our client bases out there in January.
Okay, Angus Smith, thank you for joining us.
No problem, thank you. Yeah.